Assalamualaikum and a very good day. I greet to everyone, especially Dr. Novia. Our group today will be presenting about Google Cloud Platform, and our group consists of 4 people, which is me, Hayati, Hajia, Hazim, and also Nasuha. Next, I'll be presenting about the Compute Service, which will be highlighting 3 of their main services, which are Compute Engine, Cloud GPU, and also App Engine. The first one, Compute Engine, is a service that provides virtual machine that can be customized according to the users or the organization need that is easy to integrate and also provide confidential computing. Some of their services that can be used for the general computing, general workload are E2 and N2, and VM that can be used for more intensive workload are the C3 and C2. Next is the Cloud GPU service. Cloud GPU service is a high performance graphical processing unit that can be added to the instances of virtual machine from the compute engine earlier to speed up computing jobs such as machine learning and high performance computing. And lastly is the App Engine. App Engine is a service that provide and help user to build scalable web application without user have to worrying on how to manage it. And it also support most of the popular programming languages such as Python, JS, and many others. Next, I'll be presenting about the storage services, which also we will be highlighting 3 of their main services, such as cloud storage, backup and disaster recovery service, and the storage transfer service. Firstly, the cloud storage is a managed service to store unstructured data that provide users with 4 types of storage options, which are standard, nearline, code line, and archival, where it has a function where it automatically transitions to lower storage class, which will help users to optimize their cost and also save up time. Next is the backup and disaster recovery service. This is a service that protects the workload running on the Google Cloud and on-premise infrastructure, where it helps to optimize storage utilization with incremental backup approach, where only incremental changes will be stored, where this will help the time and also the cost to store the changes lah. And lastly is the storage transfer services. The storage transfer services is a service that offers storage transfer from one cloud services to another cloud services, such as from Azure or Alibaba to Google Cloud Platform, or from the on-premise infrastructure to cloud premises that to cloud infrastructure that is also secure and reliable with recovery and encryption. With these services, users can migrate from one services to others easily, and user also can be provided with the opportunity of the hybrid infrastructure of storing their data. That's all from me. I'll be passing the floor to our next presenter for him or her to further on present about the services. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Hayati. So we go to our slide. Okay, thank you, Nasuhang. Now we go to content and network delivery services. So there are few services that Google Cloud Platform provides, such as Cloud DNS, Cloud CDN, and Cloud Load Balancing. Cloud DNS provide user with a high performance, resilient, and global DNS service that makes it easier to manage and access the application. Some of the key features in Cloud DNS is authoritative DNS lookup. It translates requests for domains such as www.google.com into IP addresses. And it has Cloud IAM that integrates with Cloud Domain and provides secure domains management with full control and visibility for domain resources. Third one is Cloud Logging. Private DNS logs a record for every DNS query received from VMs, virtual machines, and inbound forwarding flows within the network. Next, Cloud CDN is a content delivery network that accelerates web and video content delivery by using Google's Global Edge network to bring content to users as closer as possible. As a result, latency, cost, and load and backend service is reduced, making it easier to scale to millions of users. Some of key features in Cloud CDN is origin and backend support, root matching, and origin selection and logging metrics. Cloud CDN uses cloud load balancing to provide comprehensive routing and configuration capabilities at each edge location. Logging and metric is to understand how traffic is being served by cloud CDN with cloud logging and cloud monitoring. Next, cloud balancing is a fully distributed software-defined managed service because it is not hardware-based. So we don't need to manage a physical load balancing infrastructure. Some of the key features are HTTP load balancing that can balance HTTP and HTTP traffic across multiple back-end instances across multiple regions. Next, Cloud CDN integration enable Cloud CDN for HTTP load balancing for optimizing application delivery for user with a single chat box. Lastly, SSL offload enable us to centrally manage SSL certificates and encryption. Next slide. Okay, next we go to database service. Example of the services are Firestore, Cloud SQL, and Cloud Spanner. For Firestore is no SQL Cloud Database Document Database. For Firestore, it is no SQL Cloud Database document that lets you easily store, sync, and query database with whatever. Key features for Firestore are serverless, live synchronization, and offline mode and security. Next, Cloud SQL. Cloud SQL helps build relational database for cloud-based application and manage them fully. Some of the key features of this service are fast and easy migration. Database migration service, DMS, makes it easy to migrate in production databases to Cloud SQL with minimal downtime. The serverless offering eliminates of hassle of manually provisioning, managing, and monitoring migration-specific resources. Next, easy integration and secure access and connectivity. Cloud SQL data is encrypted when on Google's internal networks and when stored in database table, temporary file, and backup. Last one is Cloud Spanner. So what is Cloud Spanner? Cloud Spanner is distributed relational database service that runs on Google Cloud. It is designed to support global online transaction processing deployment, SQL semantic, highly available horizontal scaling, and transactional consistency. For automatic database sharding, it optimizes performance by automatically sharding the data based on request load and data size. As a result, we can scale our database without disruptive re-architecture and focus on growing the business. Third one is built on Google Cloud Network. Cloud Spanner is built on Google's dedicated network that provide low latency, security, and reliability for serving users across the globe. Next, I will pass the presentation to the next presenter. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Haja. And now I will present about identity and security service. And identity, first service is identity and access management, IAM, which have expand visibility and control over our cloud provider with admin access logs and approval controls. And the first key feature is single access control interface, which is provide a simple and consistent access control interface for all Google services. And next is fine-grained control that grant access to user at a resource level of granularity rather than just project level. And the third one is automated access control recommendation that remove our unwanted access to Google Cloud resources with smart access control recommendation. And the next service is cloud key management and that manage encryption keys on Google Cloud. And the first key feature is centrally managed encryption keys which is a cloud hosted key management service that lets you manage symmetric and asymmetric cryptographic keys for cloud services the same way we do on premise. And the next one is provide support with external key managers that encrypt data in BigQuery and compute engine with encryption keys that are stored and managed in third-party key management system that's deployed outside Google infrastructure. And the third one is be the ultimate arbiter of access to the data, which is the key access justification works with cloud EKM, which is external key managers, to greatly advance the control that we have our data. And then the third service is the identity platform, which is the Google Great Identity and Access Management to our apps. And the first key feature is authentication as a service that provides a drops-in customizable authentication service for users sign up and sign in. And the second one is broad protocol support that supports multiple authentication methods to provide flexible integration option for any identity solution. And the third one is multi-tenancy that supports creating unique silos of user and configuration within a single instance. And the fourth service is access transparency and access approval that cloud provider visibility through near real-time logs. And the first feature is access approval that we explicitly approve access to your data or configuration on Google Cloud. And the second one is access justification that view the reason for each access, including references to specific support tickets where relevant. And the third one is resource and method identification, the identity, the exact resources accessed by the administrator and the methods run. And the next one I will explain about the management service. And the first service is Cloud Console, and which is a web-based interface for managing and monitoring cloud apps. And the first key feature is resource management that will quickly and find and check the health of all the cloud resources in one place, including VM, network setting, and data storage. And the second one is powerful data management that will store, curate, and process small and big data. And the third one is the billing to see a detailed breakdown of our recent bill and spend our budget to avoid surprise. And so the second service is Enterprise config management that automate policy and security for deployments. And so the first feature is policy controller that enables the enforcement of fully programmable policy for our clusters. And the second one is config controller that hosted services which brings you config connector, config sync, and policy controller for you. And the third one is the define configs that can manage configuration for any Kubernetes API, including policy for Istio service mesh, resource quota, and access control policies. So the third service is Cloud Mobile App, app to manage Google Cloud services from our device. That the feature is that allow us for the incident management, so we can open, assign, analyze, and resolve incident to keep our team in sync. So the second one is alert, then we can get alert on production issue. And the third feature is error reporting that tries and understand the crash, that we can try and understand the crashes of our cloud services. So the last one for the management service is service catalog. Service catalog are for admin managing internal enterprise. And the first feature is advanced search and filter for robust search and filtering option that let user quickly find solution in service catalogs. And the second is consolidated view that we can browse all available products from a centralized repository. And the third one is inventory control, that which administrators have full control over the tools and solutions that are made available in service catalog. And then for the next, I will pass to Hayati. Thank you.
Okay, so here are some of the services under the category containers. Firstly, on the top left, we have container registry. Container registry is a single place for a group of people or a team to manage Docker images and also perform vulnerability analysis, and also to decide who can access what with a fine-grained access control. In a simple words, container registry is just to store, manage, and secure Docker container images. So some of the benefits of using this service is that it is secure private Docker registry, and you can also build and deploy container images automatically. And also you can have in-depth vulnerability scanning and also to lock down risky images. Then on the top right, we have Cloud Run. Cloud Run is a managed compute platform that lets you run containers directly on top of Google scalable infrastructure. In other words, it is just a scalable containers. So what we can do with this service is that we can deploy our code in any programming language if you can build a container image from it. But if you're using languages such as Python and Java, you can use a certain function that it has provided that builds the container for you. So some of the key features of this service is that you can use any language, library, and binary, and also it leverage container workflows and standards. The next service is Google Kubernetes Engine, or the acronym is GKE. So GKE provides a managed environment for deploying, managing, and scaling container applications using Google infrastructure. So how the GKE works is that the environment consists of multiple machines. Multiple machines is that those compute engines instances. So these instances group together to form a cluster. So that's how it works. The key features of this service is that it has automated provisioning and management to the cluster. It also has automated tools for easily migrating workloads from virtual machines to containers. And it also has pod and cluster auto scaling. Then the fourth service is deep learning containers. Deep learning containers are a set of Docker containers with key data science frameworks, libraries, and tools pre-installed. So what we can do with the service is that we can develop, test, and deploy our AI applications on this service. This service is actually quite useful because it uses popular frameworks and also are performance optimized, compatibility tested, and ready to deploy. This service also provides the portability and consistency to move from on-premises to cloud scale. Then with all the frameworks and libraries that it has provided, you can also do fast prototyping. So that's all for the containers. Next page. So this category is developer tools. Firstly, on the top left, we have Cloud Code. Cloud Code provides IDE support or extension for the full development cycle of Kubernetes and Cloud Run applications. This service gives support from the time we create and customize a new application from simple templates until we finish our application. So Cloud Code can be used with some popular IDE such as Visual Studio Code and IntelliJ. And some of the key features for this service is that it has remote debugging, and it also has authoring support for YAML. So for your information, the Kubernetes use YAML syntax and scheme so when Cloud Code provides support for YAML, it means that the developer doesn't need a lot of time to learn about the YAML syntax because it has already have assistance. Then the third features is that it reduces context switching. What it means by context switching is that when developers develop cloud-based applications, usually they might need to switch between the IDE, Cloud Console, documentation, and logs. So the context switching is uh, Cloud Code comes with built-in capabilities to reduce context switching. So it is really useful. And the next service is Cloud SDK. Cloud SDK is a collection of tools that are used to interact with Google Cloud APIs and services, and also to manage the resources in Google Cloud projects. Cloud SDK contains Google Cloud command line interface and Cloud client libraries. So what is Google Cloud command line interface? It is actually a command line tools that you can install to access and manage your cloud from the command line. And for the cloud client libraries, it is used for integrating Google Cloud APIs into your code. So the benefits of Cloud SDK is that it has many libraries, especially for the popular programming language such as C#, Node.js, Python, PHP, and Java. Moving on to the next service is tools for PowerShell. Cloud Tools for PowerShell lets us script, automate, and manage our Windows workloads, which are running on Google Cloud. Literally, the service gives you control over your Google Cloud resources directly from the PowerShell command line. So the key features for this service is that you can manage cloud storage and also compute engine deployment, and also it has regular updates via the Cloud SDK. And lastly, you can contribute to this service because the service is actually an open source. Then the last one is cloud source repositories. So the service provides fully featured private repositories hosted on Google Cloud. You can use this service for collaborative and version control development of any app, including those apps that run on App Engine and Compute Engine. So I guess that's all from us. Thank you.